Hi, I'm Alysha Kinzel, and I'm really excited to be applying for a role with the Mark Anthony Group. Working in the beer industry has a lot of similarities to that of the wine industry, and I loved my time in beer. The people I was working with were hardworking, outgoing, personable, and so adventurous that it made for an amazing work environment every single day. As well, the customers that we were serving lived so many different lives. They were so different from each other. So getting to learn about their experiences and their stories and the different lives they have lived was incredible. And then on top of that, seeing everybody come together over one common ground, in our case, beer, and creating more experiences and creating stories together with people who they might not have known otherwise was really, really incredible. The other reason I'm really passionate about working in this industry is because I have a big love for sustainability. And I think there's so much work to be done in the sustainability sector within wine, from growing the raw materials to creating the product to getting that product to consumers. I think that sustainability is becoming an increasingly important thing in all industries, and there's a lot of work that can be done in the wine industry specifically that I would like to be a part of. I've already raved about how much I loved working with the different guests and customers in the beer industry and how vastly different and incredible they all were. And I'm really excited to move that into this new upcoming role. I think another really amazing piece of this is being able to learn and teach as you go. So it's not learn everything, teach everything. It's a continuous cycle. And I think that's a really unique experience that I would love to be a part of. And my third reason for wanting to take on this role is the beauty of BC. I've never been, and it's been at the top of my bucket list for a while now. And everybody I know who's from there has nothing but good things to say. And everybody who's visited says that it is a must do when living in Canada. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Think of this page as a bit of a timeline. I grew up in sports and thought kin was definitely the sector I wanted to go into. So McMaster was my first choice, and when I got my acceptance to Western, I, for whatever reason, wasn't sure if McMaster was my first choice anymore. I literally let my cat sit down and said, whatever book she sits on next is the school I'm going to go to. And she sat on the McMaster book, and I think I just knew that Western was going to be a better fit for me, and that's where I ended up going. I switched into psych in my second year because I loved learning about human behavior and social interactions, and took a business elective where I learned how much I love the practicality of business. Every class I was leaving with new information that I could apply to my life currently and felt like I could apply to my life in the future as well. So I applied to Ivy, got in, and from there got to experience these new practical pieces of information multiple times a day, and I loved every second of it and would not change it for the world. My new venture project through Ivy was one of the most incredible teams I've worked on for three reasons. We were all independent team players, we were all comfortable with each other, and we all valued our own and each other's time. When I talk about independent team players, I mean that we set lots of meetings and we would keep up with the meetings, but we didn't work during these meetings. We made decisions, we talked about what we had done so far, and we came up with a to-do list for each individual person for the next few days. This allowed people to do their work when it was most convenient for them, and they were able to produce the best quality. The second being we were comfortable with each other. These check-ins at the meetings also included check-ins about our personal lives, whether your week was really busy, whether something had happened, whether there was anything really amazing going on as well. So we got to know a lot more about each other, and then we were better able to play to each other's strengths and weaknesses. The third amazing thing was our value for time. We came to every meeting with a schedule, and we followed that schedule pretty strictly. And we weren't afraid to cut the meeting at our 1 hour mark and schedule a follow-up if a decision hadn't been reached yet, because it allowed us time to go process everything that we had talked about, to think about others' point of views, and come back to it with a fresh mind and come to an even better conclusion in the end, which allowed us to do really amazing things with this project. Personal connection, compassion, and going above and beyond the bare minimum are three key factors that create an amazing customer service experience, and three things that my esthetician does every time I see her. She always remembers things that I've told her at previous appointments that could have happened a month or even 2 months ago. She always takes time and care to make sure that my nails look perfect. She's willing to redo an entire nail if there's a small imperfection and make sure that I'm leaving there really happy. As well, she's willing to rearrange her schedule all the time. If I have a broken nail or if there's an event that I need my nails done for, she's there to help me with that. Africa was an experience unlike any other, and I could talk about it for all 10 minutes of this video, but instead I'm going to give you my 4 key takeaways from this journey. The first being 5 lifelong friends who I didn't know before we left for the trip. The second one is the amazing experience of getting to teach and alter so many lives of the African students. We got numerous and continue to get numerous messages about how the certificate program that we were teaching and the skills that we taught during that program have either helped people land the job they really wanted or have given them the confidence and the skills to start up their own business, which many of them hope to do. The third key takeaway was getting to completely immerse myself in the culture and experience things from a local point of view. Because of the nature of this trip, we were able to connect with people very quickly, and they were all so excited to show us their favorite places to eat, their favorite things to see, their favorite things to do, and what their day-to-day lives look like, which are all really incredible experiences. And the last thing is we got to see everything that Tanzania had to offer, from the beautiful wildlife to the landscapes to the gorgeous beaches and the markets and all the other things it had to offer. It was truly an unforgettable experience. Full transparency, I don't really know what I want to do as a long-term career, but I think that honestly makes me a better candidate for this type of program. It makes me flexible and open to learn in any area of the industry, of business, and it makes me very adaptable to different jobs, projects, and other things. Being unsure has also allowed me to take a very wide variety of courses throughout my undergrad, including sustainability, design thinking, sales, and global strategy, and I've loved all of them. As well, I've worked in a similar industry before. Working in the beverage industry was amazing, and I want to bring the knowledge that I learned from that and the fun experiences I have from that forward into this role. And outside of the beverage industry, I've always worked in very client-facing roles, whether that be a physio intern, a coach, a camp coordinator, and a personal assistant. And waking up and knowing that I get to be around people and surrounded by people and talk about their experiences and their stories every day is really what keeps me going and what I think makes me a great candidate for this program. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that one of the reasons I think I'd make a great candidate for this program is because I love wine. Diabolical wines are the next product that you want on all your shelves. Not only are we offering competitive margins, but we also are attracting a brand new customer segment into the world of wine. Before we talk about all that, picture yourself after you got your first full-time professional adult job. And it's a Friday night and you've just finished your week of work. You've spent all week being responsible, being well-mannered, being very sophisticated, and you're ready to take on the weekend and maybe not do those things anymore. So you stop at the liquor store and you're ready to indulge. All the ones you see are super sophisticated, and that is not what you're looking for. And then you come across Diabolica, and it's literally telling you to be mischievous right on the bottle. It's telling you it's okay to misbehave. And it's retailing for a price of $16.95. So you pick up a bottle, maybe two. Our target are these people who like to have fun on the weekends, but who are very hardworking during the week. They're new to the world of disposable income, so they're willing to spend a little bit more and able to splurge on a bottle or two of wine every weekend. Given our target, we think that restock should happen on Thursday, right before the weekend, but not to interfere with that Friday rush. And during the first month, we want to emphasize promotion as much as possible, with samples from Friday between 4 and 6, the prime time where this target will be shopping. And during this month, where we expect a very high sales volume, we're offering you margins of 40%. When we go on to month number 2, we plan on scaling back promotion to a middle aisle display, and we'll steady out your margins at a consistent rate of 35%, very high and very competitive. After the second month, we'll go down to just normal product placement on the shelves and check in again at the 6, 9, and 12-month mark to see how sales are doing and if we need to implement a second promotional strategy. This wine attracts a group of customers that are traditionally buying a lot of cheaper alcohol and now want to buy something a little bit more expensive and start to get into that world